Hey, happy Monday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It is a new week. It is a new month. It is February. Today is February 2nd. We're starting off the month of February already in 2026. And yeah, the year is going by pretty quick, I think. If it's going to go as quick as January went, it's going to go by pretty quick. And this is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. And since it's the month of February, I thought I would talk about the topic of passion, love, friendship. So today, I'm going to start this topic called passion. And what is passion? What is passion? And to start off, I want to read out of Matthew 22, verse 37. It says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind." It has to do with love. And so the dictionary defines passion as an emotional response to a situation or person. You know, for most people, the word passion refers to that something which they can't do with what they can do with a great affection, and something which awakens their inner desires to go beyond typical, the normal things. That's something that draws them to forget that they are alive. You know, have you ever seen somebody that's passionate about something and they display those things, right? And doing something with passion means to do it with true love and sincerity. It allows us to see life with anticipation. So when we have passion, we experience a genuine happiness and fulfilling God's purpose in our lives. The truth is that passion is defined by many things, but to many people. And there's different things that I'm sure you have seen, experienced, that gives you an idea, oh, that is passion. There's some truths here about passion. Passion can be transmitted. It's contagious. If you've ever been to or seen like a protest, when people are protesting something, they go out to the streets and they are voicing their opinion, and they're exercising their constitutional rights to freedom of speech, and people begin to, sometimes I've seen that sometimes it begins with, just a handful of people. And then, as they start chanting and they start voicing their opinions, more people join in because passion can be transmitted. And when they do it with passion, I mean, I've seen it, and I'm not going to, talk about whether they're right or wrong. People are passionate about what they believe in, passionate about what they stand for. And when they start to voice it and to externalize it, people get, they get involved with this, because passion, like I said, is transmitted, right? And people get excited about it when they see somebody else that is passionate about whatever topic it is. So, their beliefs and everything. So passion can be transmitted, but also passion makes people do crazy things. That takes us to the next level. Things can get out of the ordinary. You've probably seen it as well. People make fool out of themselves when they are passionate about something. I'm thinking of back in the 1960s, I think it was 1968, when the Beatles came to the U.S., and people were just fainting, especially young ladies, young women were fainting, and they were crying, and they were doing just crazy things because they were experiencing, the Beatles in person. Have you ever seen somebody like that? What are you willing to be crazy about? For what cause are you willing to make yourself a fool? As I've researched this topic about passion, I found that when most people think about passion, they think about one thing. And you know what that thing is? Love. Most people relate passion with love, sex, hugs, kisses, relationships. And the reason people have this idea about passion is because passion comes from the heart. How many of you have said or have heard someone say, I am passionately in love? What does that really mean? Well, when I fell in love with my wife, I thought I wouldn't be able to live without her, literally. I mean, I couldn't sleep, eat, or even go to the bathroom because all I wanted to do was think about her. I was sick to my stomach, in love with her. Nothing else in the world mattered to me. I didn't care if the world around me ended. I mean, I was in love. And does anyone know, what I'm talking about? Who are you passionately in love with that has taken your breath away? Who matters the most to you? You see, as humans, we are emotional. God created us with emotions. And as long as we have emotions, we're going to be passionate about something. What we have been talking about until now can be summarized in the following way. Passion is the name of a very powerful emotion. It can be any emotion like love, joy, anger, hatred, jealousy, etc. It also refers to ardent love and to the boundless enthusiasm in any action or emotion. It is most clearly apparent when the mind, body, and spirit work together to create and express our feelings and ideas. Passion has an energy that's observable and transferable and cannot be faked. It is a driving force that enables people to overcome difficulties when used in a positive manner, but it can also cause tremendous devastation and destruction and left uncontrolled. In other words, having passion is not a bad thing. It is actually good. God put it in us, but it needs to be controlled. It needs to be directed at the right person. And as humans, we have a tendency to be passionate for different things. So in the next few videos, we're going to be talking more about this and breaking it down. All right, well, I hope you have an amazing beginning of your week, and we will talk to you soon.